Hi, I'm Colin, and my twin sister, another half Jan, died when we were 7. We were incredibly close, and losing her was losing part of my identity. The loss was unbearable. When I learnt of her death, I just ran to my room, stayed there for ages. Jan was the person who I went to for comfort when I was unhappy. When she died, I was desperately sad and alone. And I was very angry that she was not with me anymore. Following her death, I quickly learned that I had to deal with the world by myself. I was surrounded by a grieving family who didn't understand how my experience of twin loss differed from theirs. I began to push all thoughts of Jan away. I tried to kill the memories as the memories were painful. But I realised now it wasn't the memories I was trying to put into the box, but the feelings. The feelings of grief were too much for a child to deal with alone. However, pushing those feelings away also took the memories with them. The next few years were a bit of a blur. I spent a lot of time in my room. I didn't want to go out and play with friends. However, things improved in my teens. As I got older, I began to form relationships with girls, for example, but I found it difficult to get really close to anyone. I did marry and have children of my own. A daughter came first and then a son. They're now 10 and 7 respectively. It was experiencing my daughter growing up that reconnected me to the memories of my Jan. I found it incredibly natural to play with her and be with her, and we formed a close bond. We were a unit, did lots of things together. Bedtimes could be lengthy affairs with playing and reading, and I'd often lie with her until she fell asleep. She would sometimes ask me, "Why have you got a tear in your eye?" Frequently, whilst playing with her, I'd be struck by a memory of my twin. My daughter reminds me a lot of Jan, in her looks and in her personality. She started to open the box of feelings that I kept so firmly shut for so long. And with that came back memories. Of course, I was happy and naturally able to play with a little girl who I loved unconditionally. This was not the first time I'd done it. I keep the anniversary day of Jan's death to myself. And the anniversary day when my daughter was 7 was especially poignant. Being with her was hugely therapeutic for me. We were on holiday with my son and played and had fun in the sun. For many years after Jan died, I managed to avoid the day completely by simply forcing myself not to remember it. Over the past few years, I've finally engaged with a therapist and am more connected to my feelings and especially about losing Jan. I discovered a great deal of anger that I had suppressed, as I think I was told as a child that such outbursts were wrong. I've learned it's okay to be angry at losing someone so close. It's way better to experience the anger and let it out than keep it in. My therapist says that feelings, no matter how powerful or painful, are part of us, and our bodies can experience them without damage. It's better to experience them than suppress them, as that does cause problems. I think I'm at some sort of peace with the loss of Jan. It still saddens me, and I may still cry, but the raw pain has finally subsided. It was very therapeutic to shout out at the top of my voice how much I fucking miss her and how angry I am for losing her in the presence of somebody else. I was on holiday with my partner this year when the anniversary of Jan's death came. I told him under a supermoon by the beach. It was an emotional and beautiful moment.